The Indiana Fever, a storied WNBA franchise, is at a crossroads. After several challenging seasons, the team is looking for a new head coach to lead them back to their winning ways. Amid the speculation about who might take the reins, a surprising voice has entered the conversation: Rachel DeMita. The popular basketball analyst and former college player recently stirred up excitement by advocating for Lisa Bluder, the legendary coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes, to step into the role. Her statement, "Someone called Lisa Bluder," set social media abuzz, drawing attention to Bluder's impressive coaching record and the possibility of her making a move to the professional level. But could Caitlin Clark's former mentor really be the answer to the Fever's struggles? It all started during a recent basketball podcast hosted by Rachel DeMita, where the conversation turned to the coaching vacancies in the WNBA, particularly the head coach opening for the Indiana Fever. The team, which has been in a rebuilding phase, is seeking a new leader who can develop young talent and create a winning culture. While discussing potential candidates, DeMita threw out a name that caught everyone by surprise: Lisa Bluder. "Someone called Lisa Bluder," DeMita said with a smile. "If there's anyone who knows how to develop players, create a winning environment, and inspire her team, it's Coach Bluder. Just look at what she did with Caitlin Clark and the Hawkeyes." Her statement immediately gained traction on social media, with fans and analysts debating the idea. The suggestion of Bluder, who has spent over 2 decades building the Iowa women's basketball program into a powerhouse, sparked discussions about whether a move to the WNBA could be a realistic possibility for the veteran coach. To understand why Rachel DeMita's call for Bluder to join the Fever is so intriguing, one has to look at Lisa Bluder's storied career. As the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Bluder has built a legacy defined by consistency, success, and player development. She has led the team to numerous NCAA tournament appearances, Big Ten titles, and, most notably, guided the Hawkeyes to the Final Four with Caitlin Clark, one of the most electrifying players in college basketball. Bluder is known for her ability to bring out the best in her players, helping them reach their full potential both on and off the court. Her coaching style combines strategic acumen with a nurturing approach that makes her players feel supported and empowered. This is one of the reasons Caitlin Clark flourished under her guidance, becoming a national sensation and leading the NCAA in scoring with her incredible performances. For years, Bluder's name has been synonymous with Iowa basketball, and she has earned respect not just for her coaching skills but also for her integrity, leadership, and commitment to her players. This background makes DeMita's suggestion all the more compelling. The Indiana Fever have had a challenging few seasons, struggling to find consistency and competitiveness in a league that continues to grow in talent and popularity. After dominating the early 2010s and winning a championship in 2012, the team has struggled to recapture that magic. With young, promising players on their roster, the Fever are in need of a coach who can harness that potential, develop their skills, and foster a winning culture. Rachel DeMita's call for Lisa Bluder to be considered for the role highlights what she sees as a perfect match. Bluder's track record of player development, particularly with young talent like Caitlin Clark, could be just what the Fever need to turn things around. The idea of Lisa Bluder making the leap from college to the WNBA isn't entirely far-fetched. Though she has been a staple at Iowa, Bluder has never shied away from new challenges, and her ability to adapt her coaching strategies over the years shows she could make the transition to the professional game if she chose to. In college basketball, Bluder has dealt with recruiting, developing raw talent, and building a cohesive team, all skills that would be valuable at the WNBA level. The Fever's roster is young, and they need someone who can guide them through the process of growing into a competitive team. Having someone like Bluder, who understands how to manage and elevate young players, could be a game-changer. Still, moving from the college ranks to the pros comes with its own set of challenges. The dynamics of coaching in the WNBA are different, with a faster-paced game, a condensed schedule, and a roster of seasoned professionals. However, many successful coaches have made the transition, and with Bluder's experience and basketball IQ, there's little doubt she could adjust if given the opportunity. Part of what makes DeMita's suggestion so intriguing is the connection between Lisa Bluder and Caitlin Clark. Clark, who has become a star under Blutter's coaching, has often spoken highly of her coach, crediting Blutter with helping her develop into one of the best players in college basketball. This connection has sparked speculation that if Blutter were to move to the WNBA, it could open the door for Clark to consider joining her coach at the professional level when she eventually enters the draft. For fans of the Fever, the idea of Lisa Bluder bringing her coaching prowess to Indiana, along with the possibility of seeing a talent like Caitlin Clark in a Fever jersey someday, is an exciting prospect. It's a scenario that could reinvigorate the franchise and build a new era of success. Rachel DeMita's suggestion has led to a flurry of opinions on social media. Fans were quick to jump into the conversation, with many expressing their support for the idea. Blutter to the Fever? I'm all for it. Let's make this happen, tweeted one enthusiastic fan. Others pointed out how Blutter's ability to develop young talent would align perfectly with what the Fever need at this stage. Imagine what she could do with the Fever's young roster. We could finally see this team turn a corner, said another supporter. However, not everyone was convinced. Some questioned whether Blutter would be willing to leave the program she has built at Iowa, where she has found immense success and stability. Why would Blutter leave Iowa? She's got a great thing going there, wrote one skeptic, highlighting the potential challenges of such a move. As the Fever's search for a new head coach continues, Rachel DeMita's endorsement of Lisa Bluder adds an interesting twist to the narrative. While there has been no official word from Blutter or the Fever regarding any potential discussions, the idea has certainly sparked conversation about what the franchise should be looking for in their next coach. The Indiana Fever need a leader who can rebuild the team's culture, develop their young stars, and bring a fresh perspective to the organization. Whether or not Lisa Bluder fits that mold remains to be seen, but the idea of her stepping onto the WNBA stage has already captured the imagination of fans and analysts alike. Rachel DeMita's call for Lisa Bluder to be considered for the head coaching position at the Indiana Fever has added an intriguing layer to the team's coaching search. With Blutter's extensive experience, proven track record of developing top-tier talent, and the respect she commands in the basketball world, it's easy to see why DeMita believes she would be a great fit for the role. While the possibility remains purely speculative,